Hello everybody, Fishfine here, back with a new kind of LP. We're doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke. So, as you guys know, I recently completely ended my Pokemon Fire Red series, and I wanted to do something new and something different, something I think it would be fun that I've never done before, so I decided with a Nuzlocke. So, to start off with, I created a overlay for us to play with, which will look nice and will help make things look better. Secondly, the Nuzlocke itself. So I picked Pokemon Platinum because it's the game I know the best, so I will have the easiest time playing through this. This is my first Nuzlocke. I would like to have an easier experience, so I am able to, I guess, conduct this in an easier way for me knowing all the areas. Okay, so now Nuzlocke. What is a Nuzlocke? So at the beginning of each series and or video, whatever you choose, I'm choosing series since this is episode 0, which is going to be the explaining and setup. Oh hey, there's Cyrus. So a Nuzlocke it's supposed to make the game harder, and there are 3 rules of a Nuzlocke and 2 clauses that I will be using. So the first rule is you may only catch the first Pokemon you encounter in each new area you explore. Let me press start. So what that means is that you walk into an area and there is a grass spot. Oh, hello there. There is a grass spot. Here, let me just keep doing this. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Also, I will let you read this part. It is plot, but you can read it if you want. I will be continuing explaining what a Nuzlocke is. So, the grass counts as... So as soon as you walk into the grass, the first Pokemon you see is your first encounter. You're only allowed to catch 1 Pokemon, the first encounter that you have. And then, also, if one of your Pokemon faints, you must release it as it is dead or put it in a dead box. That is, you're not allowed to use those Pokemon anymore. Then the third rule that I am going to be using is that you have to name all your Pokemon so you have more of a, I guess, emotional connection to those Pokemon, so it's harder for you to sacrifice them, but it still will happen, I promise. So, and then the 2 clauses I will be using, I do not need any advice. Thank you, Rowan. The 2 clauses I'll be using are the dupes clause. Let me click this button. There we... Come on. Let me press. Let me press. I don't know if you can hear my mouse. I'm using an emulator if you can't tell. So, the dupes clause is that if it is the same species or evolution chain of a Pokemon that we already have, I'm allowed to re-encounter. Also, if I find a shiny along the way, that I am allowed to catch no matter what, because it's a shiny. Why not? And then also, another thing to go through is that I put in, since this is single player, I put in a thing so where if I get to a certain level, so there's certain Pokemon that need to be traded to evolve, but some of the Pokemon that I have in here are now set so that if you get to a certain level, they will evolve. I do not know what those levels are. I should probably look them up, but I do not know what they are at the moment. I'll find out and I'll explain them as we go. So, we are going to be creating our character. Since this is episode 0, we are a boy. And we are going to be creating our character right now. I am a boy. What is my name? I don't know. How about we just go with Fish? There we go. Yes, my name is. I am Fish. Thank you. He's kind of my friend. Oh, new name. So, this is kind of I name all my rivals this, and I always have. I actually got inspired by one of my friends to name my rivals this. It's always going to be Mr. Fat. Okay, so... Oh my god, I lost my train of thought. Wow. Okay, what was I talking about? I'm trying to think of what I was talking about. Well, what Did I explain anything? I think I explained everything. So I think this Nuzlocke will be a lot of fun to do, and what this episode 0, what we will be taking to do is to get the running shoes, which allow us to move faster, and then get our Pokemon, so then I can level them by the time our next video is. Oh wait, we're watching TV. I totally forgot about this. We're plotting. Actually, no, we're not plotting whatsoever. Okay, so there's two things that I forgot to mention real quick. So, in our first area, we do not have Pokemon. Not Pokemon, Pokeballs, so it does not count as an encounter for us. So we can come back once we get Pokeballs and actually have our first encounter. Secondly, there's something I forgot to add, is that if there's some place where we're having a lot of trouble and it's really slow, I have a speed up. And I will be using that if we're in some place where it's taking a long time, or there's a lot of text, or something that I anticipate is going to take a while, or like healing. So I will be using that, or for like whittling down someone's health. And secondly, since this is my first Nuzlocke, I don't know what to expect, so I will be leveling up a ton on the side. So actually, after this, I will be going to, after we finish this episode 0, I will be leveling up. So, see you next week, same time, same channel. Second thing, before I forget, you want to set the text to fast, frame to type 18. Yes, thank you. Oopsies. So, let's continue on and finish up this part of the game. Hey, Mr. Fat.
There you are. Hey, Fish, did you see the TV? Sure you did. Professor Rowan's that really important guy who studies Pokemon, right? That means he must have lots and lots of Pokemon. So if we ask him, I bet he'd give us some Pokemon. Hey!
What are you doing?
Is this a new PC? Where was I? Oh, right. We're gonna go see... Oh, I skipped it. Whoopsies. I'll be waiting outside. Okay, Fish, if you're late, I'm fining you 10 million Pokebucks. Let's go! Let's go get him. Moving at the speed of light here. Hey, mother.
Oh god, I'm still talking in that voice. Ah, okay, I'm not doing that. I am not doing a voice. Mr. Fat already left. I don't know what it's about, but he sure was in a hurry. Yuck, yuck. Let's go. Let's get out of the house. Oh yes, don't go into the tall grass. Wild Pokemon might attack you. It'd be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so take care, sweetie. Are you mocking me? Also, I'm terrible at voices, so I'm so sorry. So, I'm not even gonna skip all this stuff. I know exactly where to go, so.
Thud. What was that about? Oh hey, Fish. Hey, I'm going to see Professor Rowan. You should come too, and quickly. Oh geez, forgot something. Let's go in. Yay. Yay. Better take care. I better take my bag and journal too. Oh hey, Fish. Are we waiting on the road? There's another 10 million fine if you're late.
Okay, let's go meet Mr. Fat again. You know what? Fast time. Okay. There we go. Found him.
Too slow. Alright, let's get moving to Professor Rowan's lab. Don't go into tall grass, right? No worries, no problem. Doesn't matter that we don't have any Pokemon. Trust me on this one, I've got an idea. Now listen, you know how wild Pokemon jump out when you go into tall grass? So what you do is you scoot over to the next patch of grass before any wild Pokemon can appear. If we just keep dashing, we can get to Sandrum Town without running into wild Pokemon. Okay, stick with me. Here goes. On your marks. Hold it.
Who's that? Oh, it's Rowan. Big surprise. You two don't seem to have any Pokemon between you. Then, what is the meaning of going into the tall grass?
Hmm. Hey, Fish, this old guy. It's Professor Rowan, isn't it? What's he doing here?
They tried to go into the tall grass because they wanted Pokemon. What to do? The world would surely change if they were to meet Pokemon. Is it right for me to put them on that path? You two, you truly love Pokemon, do you? Yes, I do. Me too, I love Pokemon too. Oh, wrong voice, whoopsies. I will ask you once again, do you truly love Pokemon?
What? You can ask 100 times. The answer will never change. We'll both answer 100 times. We love Pokemon. Right, Fish?
Yeah. A pair of reckless kids who foolishly try to enter tall grass without Pokemon of their own? It worries me what people like that would do with Pokemon.
Well, then forget about me, but give a Pokemon to my friend here. I mean, it was me who tried to go into the tall grass and all.
Huh? How big of you. Very well then. I will entrust you two with Pokemon. I apologize for putting you through that exercise. However, you must promise me that you will never recklessly endanger yourselves again. Now then. Now where? Professor Rowan, you left your briefcase at the lake. Oh, is something wrong here? Ah, there it is. Dawn, nice work. What I was about to do was to entrust these two with their own Pokemon. Pardon? Oh god, that was terrible. Those Pokemon are hard to replace. Are you sure about giving them away? They exist side by side with Pokemon. There comes a time when people should meet Pokemon. There's a world that should be explored together. For them, today is that time. The place. Right here. Go on, open the briefcase and choose a Pokemon.
Really? Professor Rowan? I can't believe it. I'm so happy now that I can't keep a straight face. Hey, Fish. You can choose first. Hey, I'm practically grown up. I have to show some class here.
Okay, so we get to choose our Pokemon. I know what Pokemon I'm going to go with. So let me explain. So the three Pokemon choices are Pokemon each one. Now choose which one will it be. So we've got Turtwig, Chimchar, and Piplup. So Piplup turns into Water Steel, Chimchar turns into Fire Fighting, and Turtwig is Grass Ground. Turtwig is my favorite, but to make this Nuzlocke a little easier, I will actually go with Chimchar. So let's go with Chimchar. Another thing is I am unable to name this guy until later, which we will end up naming him next time. So that's another thing about this episode 0. So I choose this Pokemon.
Then I choose you. I'm picking this Piplup.
Very well. Both of you have chosen a good Pokemon, it seems. Now listen well. The Pokemon you've been entrusted with are unfamiliar with the world. In that regard, they're much like you. As fellow newcomers to the world, I hope you'll do well together. If you have any trouble, come see me in my lab in Sandgem Town. And now we'll be on our way.
I've just realized I gave him basically a pedophile advice.
Professor, wait for me, please. I'm sorry. Please let me pass. Bye, Dawn.
How do you like that? Professor Rowan's real nice.
On TV, he seems so stern and scary.
Oh, hey, what are you doing? Hey, Fish, we both got Pokemon now. There's only one thing to do, right? Are you up for this?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to say this. The time has finally come. I challenge you to a battle. Our first battle. Let's go. Pokemon Trainer, Mr. Fat. So, your trainer will, as you probably remember from last time, will always have something better than you. So, okay, another thing that I forgot to mention, if I get wiped out by my rival, it doesn't count. Okay, here. Let me speed up until he uses pound. Okay. This might actually take a while. That's why I'm doing this. Because the issue is that oh god. Uh-oh. Okay. There. That's the issue right there. Is that first battle with that Pokemon against Piplup is very unlucky. So I'm not going to count that as him being dead. So that's what I was worried about. So wow, that's what happened? You and Mr. Fat are lucky to have met Professor Rowan. Imagine if you didn't. I wouldn't like to think what the wild Pokemon might have done to you two. Go see Professor Rowan and thank him properly for your Pokemon. His lab is in Sandgem Town, isn't it? Now that you have your own Pokemon, the tall grass won't be so threatening. Oh, I know. I received a pair of running shoes. Going to Sandgem Town's like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes, you can go blah, blah, press B button and run faster. Whatever. Okay, let's go. Okay, so I'm actually going to run, before we end this off, oh, I'm going to see Professor Rowan so I can thank him properly. So I had this great idea. Listen up, okay? You know that lake where we always play at? You know how they say a legendary Pokemon lives there? You guessed it. Let's catch it. That'll make Professor Rowan happy. I'm sure of it. Me and you together, we've got nothing to fear. Okay, sweet. Well, I guess we're heading over to the lake. I completely forgot about this part. Yeah, so I guess we're at the lake. Get ready, because we're capturing a legendary Pokemon. Trust me on this one. It's here. It even says so on the sign. No, it doesn't. I think it's Azelf that's here. What's going on? I mean, what's going on? Hey, it's Cirrus. The flowing time, the expanding space. I will make it all mine one day. Cyrus is my name. Remember it. Until then, sleep while you can. Legendary Pokemon of the lake bed. I knew his name was Cyrus. Bye, Cyrus. What was that about? Weird guy. What was that about? Weird guy. God, I'm terrible at this. Okay, fish, let's catch that legendary Pokemon. I tried. Huh? What, hey? Did you hear that, fish? That was legendary Pokemon crying. That had to be it. This is our chance. Let's catch it. Wait, we don't have anything on us. You know, Pokeballs, P-O-K, accent E, balls. If we don't have those, we can't catch Pokemon or take them around with us. You think Professor Rowan would give us some if we asked him? You know, remember what he said, don't you? He said to visit him at his lab if we needed anything. Okay, fish, I'll race you. First one to the professor's lab in Sandgem Town rules. Okay, so secondly, I would like, so our Pokemon is at level 5 right now. I would like to fight 1 or 2 wild Pokemon right now. Okay, so this is what would happen. So we walk into a route, and then I write down what the route's name is, then a Starly. This, actually, you know what? This is our first encounter. But since we don't have any Pokeballs, we are unable to catch this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to kill him. And then when we get Pokeballs next, I will have to come back and I will have to look for a level 2, not level 2, we'll have to look for a Starly. Because a Starly is what our one is. So that was our first encounter. So let me actually write that down. Let's see. Paper. Where are you? Let's see. Nuzlocke routes. Close enough. Okay, so let's see what this route is called.
Okay. Route 201. Catch Starly. And then I will just fill them out every single time we go to a new place. So now, well, we have to catch Starly. So that'll be it for today. I explained this is what I wanted to do. I explained what a Nuzlocke is, and we kind of started out the part that is slow in the game. So that'll be it for today. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and be back for when we play more of the Nuzlocke and have a lot of fun. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.